that was the first time in my life someone ever told me to took off my hijab, and for me that felt like someone telling you to took off your clothes. That's basically the same thing for me.
Hey guys, what's up? Today I am with Hani here in Tokyo, Japan. Hani, why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Hani. I'm Indonesian. I'm 20. I'm right now studying in Japan, studying international relations.
Before moving to Japan, what other countries that you travel? Like if you have any experience?
Yeah, I've been to Singapore, Malaysia, in Saudi Arabia. I went to Jeddah, Mecca, Medina. That's all.
So Malaysia and Saudi Arabia, of course, is like a Muslim country. Like, and Singapore, I know has a lot of Muslims because a lot of Malaysian people, and it's also very multicultural, I think. Japan is totally different. So you coming here, what was your first impression, and your, just like seeing people like not many Muslims here?
Yeah, so my whole life I've lived in Indonesia is a Muslim majority country. First time in my life I've become a minority. So it's kind of exciting but also nervous at the same time. Though this is what I like about Japanese people. They mind their own business. So I don't really experience any problems. Though I get quite some stares from time to time, but I totally get that because it's not like every day you got to see people wearing hijab. So
I was wondering, what are the challenges that you faced so far?
so the biggest challenge would be food and praying. So like I can't eat pork, alcohol. So a lot of a lot of Japanese foods contain that. Like especially I have to be extra careful. Like even with sushi, like it's only seafood and rice, but the soy sauce could be containing mirin. So yeah, I usually always use Google Translate to see the ingredients. And also for prayers, I have to pray 5 times a day, right?
Wow.
So if when during my semester, it was easy because in my university there is a praying room, so I have no problem with that. Other than that, when I'm outside, like right now, I usually pray at feeding rooms.
Wow. That's one level of dedication. How do you do that? Like how did you find this idea of like going into the fitting rooms and praying there?
Yeah, I've watched like Indonesian YouTuber. She's also hijabi.
Alright.
She studied in Japan, and she said that I usually pray in fitting rooms, and I was like, oh yeah. And you know what the thing is, the fitting rooms here in Japan, they took their shoes off, so it's very clean, very decent, very nice for me to pray.
Have you ever experienced like somebody realize, oh, this person is like, why is she taking that long? That happened?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Actually, like one time I was praying in Gap, and the lady knocked. Sumimasen, daijoubu desu ka? I was like, thankfully I already finished my prayer, so I was like, daijoubu desu.
A lot of university students in Japan, they do part-time work when they're not working, right? When they're not studying at school. Have you experienced or tried working as a part-timer in Japan?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
of course. So I've worked in an English language school, but the pay was pretty low. So especially during winter breaks, a lot of students do extra part-time jobs, arubaito. So yeah, a lot of my friends worked in this like sweet factory. Like they produce sweets you usually see at convenience stores.
Alright, okay.
Okay.
It's like packing.
Yeah, packing and then cream mix. Yeah, there's those sorts of
Alright,
work.
okay.
So I was like, okay, the pay was also really nice. So I was like, I don't actually have anything to do, so I applied, right? The recruiter told me to come to check my documents and stuff. Okay, so I come, and then during the question and answer, so I show him, this is my praying schedule. I have to pray 5 times a day. So the afternoon prayer, that's fine, I can do during the lunch break. And also the evening prayer, I can do that after finishing my shift. but the one at 3 p.m., can I just have like not even a 5-minute break to pray? He was like, oh, he was confused and was like, oh, that's impossible. No, you can't, because this is a factory. Like the shift is very tight, so you can't do that. I was like, okay, I see. I told my parents about it, and then my mom was like, oh, no, 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 don't work there. But like I was trying to just like maybe got it and then test the waters, see if I can get like a quick toilet break and then pray in between like that. So yeah, I got in, I accepted it, and yeah, the next day I started working, right? So during the work, like inside the factory, you wear this uniform that is very closed. So that is okay, right, with my hijab and so on. But the thing is, when we first walk inside the building, we were told to wear like this hair cap, like a shower cap, so your hair doesn't.
fall in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
foot, right?
yeah, yeah. So everyone was wearing, and I was like, I think I'm okay because I'm wearing hijab, right? I don't have any hair on. So when I got in, and then this supervisor, I think he's Nihonjin, Japanese, he was like, oh, no, 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 that open, you have to wear the hair cap. He said like that. So I was like, eh? I was confused. Like, isn't this the same? I don't have any hair. I was like, okay. Thankfully, at that time, I was wearing a turtleneck and also an inner hijab, which the color was black. So
All right.
I put my hair cap.
All right.
But at that time, I was already I was kind of shaking. I actually like. That was the first time in my life someone ever told me to took off my hijab, and for me that felt like someone telling you to took off your clothes. That's basically the same thing
Yeah,
for me. I was shaking. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I was with my friends, one of my friends. She doesn't wear the hijab.
But she was from Indonesian Muslim.
Yeah. She was also like, oh my god, I didn't know that. I was like, should I quit? I should quit. Oh yeah, you should. But like, yeah, I just proceeded throughout the day. And yeah, when I finished my shift, the recruiter come up to me and said that the company complained to me about you wearing your hijab. You couldn't wear that here. And at that time, I was like, okay. First, I couldn't pray. Second, they told me to took off my hijab. This is the thing about Japanese people. Like, they're very conservative. Like, I know it's your procedures, but you know, day one and I quit.
Day one you quit. Was it like really hard for you to go through that experience?
It was, of course, very shocking. But again, I understand that Japan is a very conservative country. They're really sticking to the book. So I think it's on me. Like, I have to find somewhere that really suits my religion, what I'm comfortable with.
Was there like a super shocking thing? You know, like something you were like, what? Like people do this here? Like,
The drinking. At first, I was like, is it though? But then the more I live here, people like literally drunk everywhere. You can see people get wasted, everyone, and nobody will bat an eye. Like, you can see people lying there in the middle of the street. People just, he's drunk. Like that.
Being young university student by yourself, far from family, how do you feel when you are walking at night, going home or something?
Oh, okay. So, actually, I've missed the last train to my city from Ikebukuro 3 times.
Okay.
I couldn't go back home. It was in the middle of the night. So many drunk people everywhere. Everywhere you see drunk people. But it's safe.
Okay.
Like, they could be drunk, but they would be drunk on their own. They would not disturb you.
Alright,
So it's
okay.
Japan is very safe. Like, I don't know how
Okay.
it could be like that. Like, everyone is so, just minding their own business.
Right.
Like, evil intentions, maybe one or two, but so far I'm very safe. here.
Wow, I think your parents, if they're watching, if they will watch this interview, they're like, "Oh, my daughter, you got this right." Is there anything else, like, you know, I might have missed, but something from your own personal experience that you want to share with the audience?
Guys, Islam, hijabi is not a bad thing. We're nice people. Like, don't be scared to come and talk to us. We're so nice. We love to chat and talk. Like, everyone is nice. We just need to treat each other nicely and we all be happy. Yay.
Well, Hani, thank you so much for your time today. It was wonderful meeting you and, you know, getting to know your story of living here. It's such a brave thing to do, you know, coming out by yourself to a different culture, living in a country with a different religion. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video as well. If you want to know more about her, I'll put her Instagram, her YouTube channel in the description box below for you to directly contact her. And please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, smile.